Go. We go live. He gets up and leaves.
I gotta
He's like,
close the door.
he's.
That jazz music is leaking.
I heard it and I actually like it. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice.
I got
Is
the
that
fake
in your
fireplace.
is that in
No,
your apartment?
on YouTube, I got a fireplace playing with some jazz music.
Yo, that's nice. I like that. I like that. I don't have a fireplace in this house, and it's kind of a bummer because we had one in our last house, and it was just
Yeah.
it changes
Yes.
like the whole house.
Yeah, so I got it on the TV.
I know. I need to do that too.
That's why I put it on the TV.
I need to do that.
It's nice and relaxing, and it genuinely it sounds
Mhm.
corny and cliche, but genuinely like just to kind of get a good 15-20 minutes to like kind of lay down, no phone, have it playing in the background.
Mm.
It's a good way just to reset the brain, especially the way my brain works. It's just boing 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 boing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yo, shout out Star Wars Addict.
Yo, what up, addict? He's living up to his name. Here right away. Let's go. Oh, yeah. No, I need the break because my brain gets so like bound up and tired at the same time. Like that, I'm like, what? Where am I? And I have to like go lay down. Like when you messaged me earlier, I was like, I'm in low power mode.
Yeah.
I had just like gone and just laid down. I didn't sleep, but I just like kind of turned everything off.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's amazing how much recharge you can get out of just like 10 or 15 minutes of that.
Yeah, you know, not to just keep diving into that, but I discovered this new thing called, what is it called? I forgot the term. It's a funny term, but basically it's called non-sleep deep rest. And I wear this whoop thing. Remember I was telling you about this whoop thing? And there's this exercise it does for like 15 minutes. And I literally feel like I took a 30-40 minute nap. It's insane. But you don't go to sleep at all. It just kind of revives you. I'll send it to you. It's a pretty cool little. Yeah, it's nice. But welcome in, guys. We got Daniel. We got Mr. Herc.
We're back.
We're back.
It feels like it's been a long time. It feels like it's been like a month. But I think it's just because like on my end, I like packed in so much into 2 weeks. You know, I packed a month's worth of experience into 2 weeks.
Well, you had a whole journey, right? Did you make it at the wedding?
Yeah, I made it to the wedding.
Dude, yeah, I don't know how you do this shit.
Dude, it's crazy. I flew on Sunday night after going to the show. So I went to the National on Sunday, shot more content, bought more boxes, Tops boxes. We were like camped outside the Tops booth, finding people that were selling boxes. They were scalping them. I was buying them. They weren't really scalping them. I mean, there were obviously more, but that whole thing.
The One Piece guys at the Dodger Stadium.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, there's like when they had that One Piece collab with the promo Dodger card. Dudes were going to the game because you have to take. You can't be in LA. I don't know if this is everywhere, but in LA you can't go to sporting events without if you have a backpack, it needs to be cleared. If you have a purse, it needs to be cleared. You can't have like a non-clear bag. So people went in to kind of like stand around and buy people's promo cards on them, and you saw pictures with people because of the clear bags with like $30,000-$40,000 in cash, and they were just giving people $500 per card, $500 per card. It was insane.
Whoa.
I'll send you the video. It's actually we could break it down one of these weeks, but it's actually insane.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. That's crazy. That's kind of how it was at the National too. Like a little. So like an economy blossomed out of the new way that Tops is doing their exclusives. Yeah. And that was really interesting to see because it was happening like right in front of our eyes and we were all taking part in it, you know? And so that was pretty interesting. So that's one of the things we'll dive into today. We're going to dive into...
I have like a million questions for you about that whole Tops experience.
dude,
You know what I mean?
lay them on me because we can deep
So
dive that.
yeah, as soon as you're
Um,
ready to deep dive on that, like I have a million questions just in general. So wherever you want to go right now, I'm
wherever
pretty
you want
sure
to start,
everyone's feeling the
yeah,
same because
yeah.
it's been 2 weeks, guys. So I know
Hmm.
the last probably 2, 3 episodes we had, it was I wouldn't say dead, but it was definitely slow in terms of like news and
Hmm.
updates and just stuff going on. Everyone was just getting ready for RSC, the national, plus
Hmm.
no set releases to now. We have two big sets confirmed to be coming out. One already came
Hmm.
out. But for those of you that don't know, that live under a rock, Chrome got announced officially.
Yep.
So expect that to be ready for pre-order the 20 something of this month, but probably won't come
Yeah.
out until the end of September or early November. So
Yeah.
expect that. Which Jungle called it 6 months ago. Jungle told you I think Galaxy and Chrome got swapped this year.
Hmm.
And I said, no way. And here we are. So that's funny.
I also said a few things about like when Chrome would roll out based on like some just like what I was doing. And I was
Yeah.
like, I think this is going to get rolled out fast, like right off the heels. And it has. And I think Tops is trying to make some adjustments for specifically in the Star Wars category. It to me looks like they're trying to make some space for things that are happening in 2027 because 2027 is going to be a massive year for Star Wars, and I think that they're making some room for things that we might not have seen yet. So just a hunch, but yeah.
Cool. All
So
right.
do you want to dive
Well,
into the national and the new Tops booth? The whole booth is different. The whole thing they redid everything.
yeah. Yeah. I want to know as much info because it seems like whatever they did this year, if it worked out, I saw more acceptance than people hating on it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like people seem like
Hmm.
they fucked with it, like they were cool. I heard some
Yeah.
controversy. I have my own thoughts on it, but I wasn't there to really
Yeah.
dial those in. But my main question is, I'll save. I said this is to me is just on top of my forehead, so I'll save
Hmm.
this till after because this kind of distracts from the whole point.
Okay.
Do you think this is better than the way they used to do it?
100%.
100%.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
go this direction every
Why?
time because you don't have to lug around extra product. It cleared
Uh-huh.
up space for people like you didn't have cuz okay, so previously just to recap, previously you could bring in sealed product and they would rip the wrapper off and give you a single pack for every hobby box. So you could buy product there from some of their some of the vendors that had extra essentially the big three namely, and then you could go over there and rip the seal. Now you had cases of all this product with the seals ripped off of them. For us it wasn't like a big deal, but it was like you had to lug around stuff. I didn't have to do any of that. The boxes are this big. There's
Mhm.
4 packs in every box. There are guaranteed hits in each box, 2 guaranteed hits in each box. Plus, if there was an auto in the box, there were 3 hits. So the hit rate was better. The acquisition was better. I didn't have to mess with any other products. You didn't have people gumming up tops because I don't know if you remember that the sports people would
With the
bring
crates?
product in with the crates and the wagons and all that. That none of that was going on. None of it. So it just was all just cleaner, simpler. You could get in and out. There wasn't as much weird like I got to dodge this dude with a wagon. None of that was happening, and it just made the overall feel of that entire section of the floor better.
Yeah.
So I'm pro that 100%. Um, it's also more fair, right? Like it's EQL, you enter the EQL, you have to be there. So there was like some up in the air as to whether or not because you had to use your location services and have it turned on, you had to they wanted you to have to be in the building to be able to access it. So
Uh-huh.
I heard some people say that you didn't and that you just needed to be within like a certain radius of the building. Um, every time I wasn't in the building, I didn't hit anything, so I didn't hit as much. Um, but people were hitting a lot. and it created this kind of economy. So like day one, I went ahead and went in on all six because I was like, okay, Star Wars, baseball, basketball, football, soccer, and WWE. Those were the different categories. There were six of them. All of those um, could be traded or sold for the things that you wanted, right?
Yeah.
And I knew that going in. I was like, well, I'm going to use this for trade fodder. I didn't realize that if you hit on NBA, someone was going to be willing to give you $600 for that box.
Oh
You know,
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, so some of those were worth way more than others. Now, some of them cost a little more than others too, but not by a ton. Like you were looking at like, you know, you could make 100% margin on a lot of those boxes immediately. People were
Nice.
standing there waiting to buy your boxes at a given point, and then we started doing the same thing. And so that's how I ended up with more boxes. That's how others did as well, by
Nice.
buying paying cash to people that were coming out that didn't really want Star Wars, but they were doing it anyway because they knew the economy had formed. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah. So how many did you end up with at the end of the event, you think? How many did you total? Like you ripped, sold, brought home?
I ended up with, oh man, I don't know, maybe like it wasn't that many. I could have gotten more, but I didn't. It was like I was a little slow on the uptake.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe like between 12 and 15 boxes.
Oh, okay. So a lot. That's a
Yeah.
good amount. Yeah. Hell yeah.
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 What was your best
Um,
hit?
um,
It seems
I
like left
pulled
and
the,
right, people were pulling crazy stuff all weekend too. I
yeah.
was at home kind of tripping out.
hmm The best thing that I pulled for myself or for others or both,
Just in
whichever.
general, like what's the best thing you pulled out of that set?
Gosh, I'm like blanking. I know I pulled an out of 10 a black Padme for myself, which was pretty big. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I didn't pull I didn't pull any supers. Korriban pulled a super on my stream out of one of his.
Hmm.
Um, but what else did I pull? Man, I don't know. I sold my box some of my boxes to Synth too, so I don't know what came out of those. Um,
Nice.
at RSC, he bought me out of my boxes. Out of 10 Jod, out of 25, out of 26 Anakin, and the out of 26s were really nice. They like, I don't know if you saw them, you probably did, but they were like sparkle. Um, and those were cool because those were like the year of like kind of set or parallel.
Yeah.
So I didn't pull anything like super nuclear, but um, definitely just all solid hits. You know what I mean? Like super solid all the way around. Like just yeah. I surely pulled a red. I surely pulled a red. I just don't remember, to be honest.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are your thoughts now? Because one of the big things that we were very curious to see is the whole EQL setup.
Yeah.
How what was your win rate? What were other
Well,
people's thoughts on it? And kind of like is okay, are the boxes good? Yes. But is the
mhm.
EQL to get the boxes good, or should it be a first come, first serve, or do you think they should somehow still do some sort of trade incentive?
I think the EQL, I think it has to be the EQL. I think it keeps things from getting too crazy, because it keeps people from becoming competitive. And I think that that's what they're wanting to take out of it because then people are rushing, people are like, "Grr," like people get crazy. And so like first come first serve does that. It creates weird line issues essentially. And a competitive thing. Um, I hit right away with my EQL, but I was in the like direct vicinity of the tops booth. So a lot of us thought that we started to kind of realize, oh, we might not have to be as close as we thought. So I was trying to enter the drops like from my Airbnb, and I think I was too far away. So I don't think because I never hit again. So I think in the future I'll try to be there exactly in the timing every single time, and then be trying to hit. Um, and then if I don't, I'm just going to be buying it, you know, and then going back and ripping and streaming. Um, so because there were other things I was trying to do while I was there, and because of that, I wasn't necessarily like, dude, I streamed one night that people were just ripping because I bought a bunch of Galaxy on the floor and we were doing pack outs, and I went through all of it. I went through all my
Mhm.
natty packs. I went through all of my Galaxy, and then the boys bought a case and they wanted to do a case rip. So I just kept the stream going, and we went into the living room, and there was a dining room table, and they ripped a whole case of 25 chrome. So like by
To
the
the
time,
dome?
yeah, they domed it, yeah. So yeah, and so I like that stream was like so long that like it was like 2 a.m. by the time we shut off the stream. And
Yeah.
so it was like getting up early and trying to get to the venue and everything like that. It's like hard to get to the venue, everything like that. So having an Airbnb makes it way easier to stream, like way easier for me.
Hmm.
Um and easier to just live and be and like do cool things cuz like we had, 5, 6 guys in there like and we were ripping and we were shooting content, etc. And it's more fun. It's a more enjoyable experience. However, it does make it harder to get in and out of the venue, right? So that's the trade-off. Um, but I'll do it again. Like I'll do the Airbnb again, for sure. Like for me, at least,
Yeah.
it's how I like to be. Um,
Yeah.
so I'll probably do that exact same one too because it was in a great neighborhood. There was like an awesome pizza place just right up the street. The post office is right in the neighborhood. Like it was. I'll do it again.
You flew this time, huh?
I did. It made it
Nice.
harder in some ways and easier in others. Um, it it was great because Korriban drove and he
Uh-huh.
picked me up from the airport in his
Nice.
truck, and he's got a dope truck. It has an Empire license plate. It says Empire. He rolled up, and it looks like a stormtrooper's like big F-150, super nice. I was like, dude, yes, getting picked up in style. This is awesome. Shout out Korriban. Um, he drove, and so did Zach. Because Zach brought a bunch of drinks and stuff for trade night, so he had his Jeep there. So those guys had vehicles, but we still ended up Airbnb doing the Uber from the Airbnb just to keep things because the traffic was just so bad. It
And
was
the
worse
parking,
than
yeah.
it was. Well, so I had a free parking ticket for the parking garage because I upgraded my VIP.
Hmm.
But last year it was not as bad. I mean, you remember because I drove us around everywhere.
Yeah.
It was the traffic was worse this year.
Well, yeah, they actually sold out of tickets this year. Last year they didn't sell out
Mhm.
of tickets, only
Yeah.
VIP.
Yep. Yep. So there were definitely a lot more people there. Um, you didn't feel it as much on the floor, um, but you definitely felt it on the approach to the venue. So
Nice. Okay. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I had to miss out on that. So now that I took a lot of notes. So next year,
mhm.
I'm locked and loaded.
Yeah, I think that the EQL is a good thing. Um, it keeps things fair. I do think you should probably be like as close to the tops booth, if not in the tops booth, when you're doing it, which makes it a little bit more of a headache.
Like when they
Um,
draw the winner.
no, whenever you're entering the drop. And the way that they did it too, when they first gave us the information, it was the wrong information. They told us that you could only win each one once for the whole event,
Yeah, I
which,
remember that.
right, which for me, I never won NFL. Never, not once. But I won
Mhm.
the other five each one time, and then I didn't get any of the rest. Um, so it didn't really make sense, and I think people were winning multiple days on multiple different things. So I just would like to test it a little bit more because I kept entering, and it allows you to enter every day, twice a day. There were 2 that they would run. They would run one in the morning for with like an hour or 2 window, and then they would run one in the afternoon with like a bigger window where you could enter.
Hmm.
So twice a day they were doing the drops.
Nice.
Um, yeah. So and then you could go pick them up in the next window essentially from the one you won in, and you just had to be checking your emails. So, but the system worked pretty well. Like it seemed to be pretty fluid, and it to me may not be perfect, but it's certainly better than the previous the previous situation. So,
Yeah. Nice. No lugging around
but
40-pound hyperspace cases.
hyperspace boxes, yeah, no,
What
no.
was
I
what were they trying to push at the booths? What Star Wars product was there?
They didn't even have that much in terms of like
Like it wasn't
like
full of chrome, black chrome, sapphire.
no, it wasn't anything like that. Blowout had the most Star Wars stuff. They had like a lot of cases. They were only selling cases, which was what they were doing last year for the
Yeah.
most part, except for they were offloading the 23 by single boxes and stuff. They were only doing that, and then um, like Steel City had some stuff. Um, but Dave and Adams didn't really have a whole lot of Star Wars stuff. They had like a little bit, and that was it. Um,
I'm. They don't even have 26 Galaxy.
Dave and Adams.
Yeah.
I just bought some from them. You have to search it in their search engine
Really?
directly. You won't find it when you scroll through entertainment Star Wars.
I've been
You have to
looking. I can't.
type it into the search bar. It's hidden. I don't know why.
Oh, it's literally there now. Yeah, these prices.
Way too high, especially because the print run is way bigger than people realize. Um, it's
Well,
the
what
the
do you? What are
prices.
your okay?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You
yeah, yeah.
have good things to say about the EQL at the Nationals.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts of them last minute switching Galaxy to EQL, even though they didn't do EQL pre-order? What are your thoughts on that? I put my
I
thoughts on Instagram a little bit, but I have a lot more things to say. But I'm personally, that's the type of shit that takes me off.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm saying. But
yeah.
what do you think?
I hate it. I first of all, the EQL for I don't think they're allocating very much product to their EQLs, so no one's getting it.
I don't. I know like
And
3 people I think that
and
won.
and that's the problem. Like everybody that I've talked to, everybody in my Discord, everyone coming through, I didn't hit, I didn't hit, I didn't hit. And it's like, bro, I'm putting in like different times in Fanatics, and I finally was just like, whatever, I'm not going to hit on any of this. I put one in the tops drop, and that was it. I didn't hit on any of them, and it's like, dude, like, no, like it's the hit rate is so bad it's like it's not worth it. Like it's not working. You know what I mean? EQL 4 drops is not working. Like on tops, like it works in that environment where there's not as many people trying to get stuff, but it doesn't work when there's a bigger pool and less allocation for it. The majority of their allocations going to their big box people, their streamers, their card shops, etc. There's not that much. It doesn't seem to be that much that's actually going to their website. You know?
Yeah. Do you think that's what's forcing this price hike? Is the fact that
Yeah,
nobody can get it other than people who control the price?
100%. That's exactly what it is. And the big box guys know we want it, know the demand is there, and they're hiking the price in a way that's not really cool. Like it's not cool at all, dude. Like $400 a box is not okay. Like I don't know. Like I get it being $100 up, but 150, 150 bucks up, yeah, or more is like is really you're scamming people. Like you're scamming people, because the reality is like it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop next week or the next.
Uh,
um, because the print run is so big. Um, there's going to be
and
enough people that have it that competition will start to drive it back down. But it still just kind of sucks for the opening. Like, it is what it is. You can't
I
complain too
mean,
much, but
so I have three updates that are kind of wild.
hmm
GameStop, for the
hmm
first time, is the cheapest place to get it, which
hmm
is mind blowing to me. But you can't use points, credit, or your pro membership discount, so that
nope,
sucks.
yep,
Burbank said 580 a box. My local card shop said 480 a box. Um, the three other shops that I usually go to said Tops discontinued their allocation for Star Wars, so they're not getting anything for Star Wars at all anymore. Two shops that I talked to said Fanatics now controls their inventory flow, and if they sell anything, it has to go through their MSRP or whatever price suggests that they have. So now now Tops, it's kind of like the Wii shops out here. Like they have to like kind of report all the inventory they're selling to Tops now at the price they're selling and all that stuff. And if you go into your text messages, I think Tony had a similar experience to one of his shops where
hmm
Tony said he tried buying a box, but he said he has to blah 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 put it through the Fanatics system. So
interesting.
something weird is going on, and then they
Yeah,
flip EQL on. Prices are up the ass.
yeah,
Print runs up the ass. Everything's
hmm
backwards right now, and I'm just
right.
confused personally.
I'm hoping, and this is me trying to believe the best in Fanatics, in that they're trying to get a hold of it, that they're trying to make it make sense for people again
Mm,
by tracking and controlling and saying, listen, guys, you can't charge that much.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I hope that's what they're doing. It may not be what they're doing, but I hope it is, because really, like, they do have the authority with their dealers to be like, listen, guys, you guys are going way too high here. So, okay, I'm going to compare
I
this to
don't think
another
it has. I
industry.
don't think it has anything to do with their selling price. I think it has to do with their turnover. You get what I'm saying? If this shop is not like if you go into this shop and their
hmm
shelves are full of Tops products that never move, why would we want
hmm
our product in that shop?
No, that definitely is a factor for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about that? It's funny you say that. Um, I went into a card shop in Dallas, downtown Dallas, and I was gonna buy a box of Masterwork to take to RSC, right?
Hmm.
And he was like, I had just been at the National, bro, and I bought a box for less than $700 of Masterwork, 25 Masterwork. Okay. And we ripped them on stream and whatever. It was cool. Um, and then I want to say Steel City had them for like 725 or 750 or something like that. And I was gonna buy a box, but I didn't have the room. I was gonna maybe buy a box or two to take to RSC, but I didn't have the room. So I was like, well, I'll hit a card shop in Dallas and see what's up whenever I get there, so I don't have to carry it. So we go to this spot and we go in, and it's called Waxed. So Waxed is like I think they're a chain.
Hmm.
Um, and so I go in, it's a smaller shop, it's in Deep Ellum, and I'm putting them on blast because they were this sucks. Like, this, what he did and what he had to do sucks. So we go in, he's got some Star Wars products. They're all overpriced, okay? Including Masterwork, which he had at like 8 something.
Okay.
And I just came from the National and I was buying it for 7, just a couple days before. And I get that things change, right? But I was like, um, you know, do you have any room on that? Like, I know how much this is going. I was just here. I just I'm buying it. And he's like, nah, basically, he's like, no. And I was like, well, here's the deal. Like, if you want to sell this product, I will buy it. Like, I'll buy all of this, but I need some I need some room. I need a deal here, but I'll clear you out of all this stuff. And he talked to his manager. He got on his on the phone with his manager, and his manager was like, "Nope." And he was like, "Tell him we match Dave's." And I was like, and so, which first of all,
They should be cheaper than that, right?
well, so he pulled it up and it said $8.25 a box, okay, at Dave's, okay, and I was like, and I pulled up Dave's and I showed him and it said 807. Now I was signed in and it was less, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, you match Dave's. Well, this is my Dave's price. And I said, also, if I buy from Dave's right now, I'm not going to pay tax because it's worked into this price, and I'm not going to pay shipping because it's worked into this price, right? And I was like, total it up. I was like, put it into your register and total it up. What is it? It was like almost $900 because of tax.
Ooh.
And I was like, look, this is a $93 gap. I was like, you're not matching Dave's, bro. And I said that to his face. Like, I was like, that's not what you're doing. You're trying to say that's what you're doing, but you're not. I was like, you're actually shooting yourself in the foot and you're losing my business. And I walked out and didn't buy anything, not one thing.
Yeah.
That's bad. That is
Yeah.
really bad business for your shops. Like, really bad business for your shops. Like, you're
Yeah.
not doing yourself any favors by trying to get a bigger margin on sealed product, because I know that you're in it for way less than that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
chill. Like, sell your product, move the stuff so that Fanatics will give you more allocations. You want stuff moving. You want to turn it over. You don't want to be so high that nothing sells. It's like you just lost a customer. I had thousands of dollars to spend in your shop and you just lost it.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. It's poor business ethics. Your shop guy felt like an idiot because I made him feel dumb. But I told him, I was like, listen, I was like, I get that it's not you, but I was like, straight up, if you want to understand what's going on here, this is what it is. You know, you're not
Yeah.
matching Dave's. So anyway, other shops are doing that and they're failing because of it. They think they are matching, and it's like, no, because everybody's got to pay tax, etc., especially on these expensive boxes. So yeah, no, you ain't
Yeah.
matching Dave's. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
I,
that's it seems to be the standard shop experience, I feel like.
yep. So they're
It,
gonna
it,
die.
it- yeah, it kind of reminds me when you go to a con and you try to make a deal with the vendor, and the vendor's just the most anti-deal person in the world, and you're just
Yeah,
like,
it's
brother,
bad.
like, good luck. Like, there's 14 other tables with the same shit, bro. I was trying
Exactly.
to give you some money. Get out of my face.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. You come up to my table and I'm gonna make deals. You know what I mean? People were buying stuff full price off my table. But people were coming up and I'm flexible. Make me an offer,
yeah,
like, put a bundle together. I'm flexible. I don't mind. I'm not even here for the money. Like, that's not why I was there. You know,
yeah,
I was there to connect with a community and to make myself known and to market. And so, yeah, if I make a little money, that's great. But yeah, I don't understand people that are not willing to make transactions happen, because the more transactions that occur, the more money you make. I just don't understand. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't understand it. Shops are gonna die, dude. Like, for real. I've experienced this everywhere. They're they're gonna die.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
mean, yeah,
because so I did the math. I pulled up Dave's and I was like, I can overnight ship next day air this same product to the hotel and have it before the end of the, like, in the middle of the convention, and have it for less than what that guy was trying to charge me. Like, that's nuts. And you're trying to tell me you're matching them? No, you're not. Anyway, we can move on. But
so yeah, so a lot of big changes coming up with the way we buy product right now, which
yeah.
I've said this plenty of times. Is, guys, be careful what you wish for. We all asked for this, and now we're dealing with it. But last question about the EQL,
Yeah, yeah.
and I just want to put this into your head. It seems like they're really going hard on EQL. They put
Mhm.
Masterwork, I think, was our first EQL Star Wars set. Galaxy, I wouldn't doubt Chrome is on EQL. Do you think Star Wars Celebration is going to be an in-person EQL like it was at the National?
Oh, I
So
hope not,
we
but
will be limited to that.
probably
We can't even get a case. Limited to one box
probably.
per person per account.
Oh gosh, it depends on what they decide to do. What do they do? But I could see it. Yeah, I could definitely see it. However, Star Wars Celebration is different than the National in the sense that people aren't just there for cards. They're there for Star
Oh,
Wars,
we can pay some sheep for sure.
you know? Oh,
Yeah,
100% we
yeah.
can. We will be amassing an army if that happens.
No, I would
Uh,
literally be walking around day one, and be like, "You want to make $50? You want to make $50? Buy me a
yep.
box. Buy me a box."
Don't make it 50 so fast. 20 bucks,
Whatever,
20 bucks.
whatever it is. You want a free lightsaber pencil?
Uh, That's
Yeah.
funny.
So I was,
Yeah.
yeah, when you guys were at celebration, when you guys were at the national, I started thinking, wow, if this is Top's new thing, I wonder what the celebration is going to be. Because, well, there's two ways to look at it. It's
Mhm.
celebration. How many people with Top's accounts are going to be there? So I don't know if it makes sense for them to have an EQ, but then everyone could just make an
No.
account. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I get
Yeah,
that.
so
I
it's
don't
just like
again,
the national makes sense because there's
it
all
does.
most people there probably have a Tops account, if not
100%.
multiple.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
celebration,
It's not like people
I
are
don't like.
there.
My thing is, do they have? Well, they probably do. Because like if they don't get rid of all of the national boxes, they just go to David Adams and go here, take
Yep.
these. You know what I mean?
Yep. For sure.
So
Yeah. That's a good question. I do think that it is a less likely. I think it could happen, but I think it's far less likely.
it's something to prepare for just in case.
Yeah, definitely.
And another
Definitely.
warning that we should be prepared for is we won't get information to the fucking day of. That's what I'm telling myself. Just be prepared to not get any information. Because to this day, we still don't even have Galaxy odds.
Well, we did get Tony sent it to us.
Oh,
We got it
okay. Okay,
today.
so we got it now. Okay, cool, cool,
We
cool.
got it now, but it doesn't have sketchograph odds on it, which is funny. That's a
I
whole
haven't
other
seen
tangent.
one yet. I haven't seen one yet.
Artists artists did submit them. So, I know of artists that did them. So, they're in there, but they're rare. There weren't that many done. I don't even know if they know the odds. Like that was something that they dropped the ball on was odds. It came out very very late. I don't even know where it came from. Like yeah, I don't know. But I looked it over a little bit, but it's something that's difficult because it's like whenever
It's
I'm
too
building
late.
teams,
Yeah.
I know, right? It is in a way. But yeah, I just built my teams and hope for the
Yeah.
best anyway. And it shook. It shook. It's fine. But
Yeah.
um,
Well,
what up? What else you got?
as far as Galaxy goes,
Mhm.
okay, EQL is cool. As far as Galaxy goes, Synth made a video that got some, I don't want to say backlash, but I've seen some community subtweeting going on around. How do you feel about one of one Anakin Auto being pulled before release?
Was there backlash on his post, on his opinion,
Well,
or on the thing itself happening?
so there's two levels of backlash.
Okay.
There's Synth's backlash was okay. And let me be careful with my wording. Synth's take was this might make Tops double down on making the deadline for product stricter, maybe getting people in
Mhm.
trouble for early ripping or taking you off. Because a lot of
Mhm.
the people who can get product early but are on Tops's contract cannot rip early; they'll lose that contract. So
Right.
Synth is saying that he hopes that this pushes them towards being a little bit more stricter on release day because one of the biggest cards in the set being pulled so early kind of does ruin the release fun of the set, which is a normal take. He's in his right.
Mhm.
But then I saw a lot of people making posts in their stories that weren't really directed to him, but they were along the lines of, "Oh, your favorite streamer is now mad. He can't 20x his Galaxy. Now he can only 10x his Galaxy because of the Anakin auto." Like he's pretty much
Mm.
saying, "Oh, you're only mad because now you can't like quadruple your profits on
That
Galaxy."
yeah, that's
So there's like three levels of questions of
which is
asking. So what do you
hilarious.
think? What are your thoughts on the 101 being pulled? What are your thoughts on what Sid said? And what are your thoughts on the comments that multiple people I've seen have in
Yeah.
this same thing?
Okay, so we'll start with it being pulled early. Um, I haven't even thought about it enough to formulate my opinion, so I'm gonna formulate my quick opinion on it. Is that
Live, yeah, in real time.
in real time, like just save it. Just save it for the release day. Like save it for midnight. Like I have to when I with my sketch cards, like I can't start showing people early. You know, I have to wait until like midnight, like the drop day, you know? Um I have to save it and so I think people should just save it. Like cuz it is like opening a Christmas present a day early. It's like, okay, it's December 23rd and I snuck into my mom's closet and I ripped open a package early. It's not as fun. It's more fun to save it for Christmas Eve and rip it with your family and save it for Christmas Day and rip it with your family or whatever. It has a magic to it. So I get the perspective that Synth is saying that it's like it kind of like is a little bit of a buzzkill because it was early, you know? I think like seeing that card on release day would have been better for everybody. Um, and I don't think that's Synth's frustration with it. I don't think he cares about, oh, now his profits are going to hurt because the one of the big pools came out. He wasn't thinking about that at all. I think he thought there's some of the magic got lost with that happening a day early. And I agree with that. Like I feel similarly. Um, I mean, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because I've ripped early. I've ripped a day early too, because I think it's kind of fun to, if you have it, rip it for your, bring it to your community a little early. So I'm guilty of it too because I've done it once. So but I probably won't do it again, like, after seeing this, you know what I mean? Like, now it's kinda put it into perspective for me a little bit because 'cause I'm like, "I probably won't do that. I'll probably save it," you know? I could show up, I could go live at midnight, you know? I could go live at, and make it like a fun midnight release party, you know? Like, that makes it fun. Um, I don't think the comments are based. I think the comments are just they're just looking for a way to hate on Synth and be jealous of his success and try to tear him down because he is so successful, you know? Yeah, those are my takes on it.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It makes sense. I
Yeah.
personally don't have any real opinion. I could care less, honestly. Uh,
Yeah,
I mean, like, realistically, that's not the biggest hit in the set. It's a great hit,
no.
don't get me wrong.
It's a
But
great
a
hit.
lot of people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, set's ruined," blah blah. A lot of people were like, I've seen the comments and the whatnot typing like, "Oh, Anakin got pulled already. Yikes! Like, what's this going to be?" I think people are turning nothing into something. Personally,
Yeah.
me, if I get a set a month early, I'm ripping it. I don't care what anyone
Yeah.
says.
Yeah.
Um, if I pull the biggest
Yeah.
card, cry about it.
Yeah,
That's just me though. I'm not trying to be that a
totally,
dickhead,
totally.
you know what I mean? But that's my mentality. If you got
Mhm.
a box early, man, you go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was contracted with Tops, that'd be a different story. But
Totally. And I'm not mad at the
yeah.
person that opened it either, like, just so that
Oh yeah, yeah,
everybody's
for
clear.
sure.
Like, um, but yeah, I mean, like East Coast pulled that triple super, last night. He pulled Han Solo, Chewbacca, Anthony Daniels, C3PO super triple auto. That's a
Yeah.
way bigger card. Yeah, that's a way bigger card. And he pulled that on release day. And so it's okay. Let's freaking go, that's sick. Um, congrats, that's freaking dope. He pulled
Yeah.
that alongside. It's funny because I think he pulled one of my sketch cards right after that. It may have been in the same case. So that was cool.
Nice.
Um, so yeah, it's like not that big of a deal. I think people make mountains out of molehills, you know, because it's,
Cool.
people
All right.
crave the drama.
All right. All right. Well, that's what I want to talk to you about as far as the Nationals and a little bit of the Galaxy. I think I
Hmm.
want to give Galaxy at least, at the very minimum, till next Thursday, where we can just sit
Hmm.
here and start diving deep through all the. Hopefully, we get some sketchographs, some more 101s. The price either goes up or goes down if Tops is going to do.
Hmm.
Because I know with Galaxy 25, they did a first wave and a second wave. So first
Hmm.
wave, like most of my shops got the first wave and release date, and about 10 days later, they got a second wave. Where randomly,
Hmm.
all at the same time, I got a call. Hey, another case just showed up. Another case just showed up. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping Tops does a second wave, and that second wave is going to be cheap. Hopefully,
Yeah,
if that's the
it
case,
will.
your boy will be back selling some
Yeah.
Star Wars. But as of right
Hmm.
now, guys, I'm not selling Galaxy because I hate Galaxy. I'm not selling Galaxy because I can't find it for less than $500 a box,
Yeah,
and
which
that means
is,
I would need to charge you guys $650 a box. I can't do that. I'm not going
yeah,
to do that. That's
yeah,
just
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
I'm too smart to do that. You know what I mean? People are
Hmm.
like, what's up with this guy?
Yeah.
There's a big event that happened a few days after the National. And I think I'm more bummed out about missing that one than the National. The National, I feel like I just lost out on some pocket change and some cool experiences. But the Rebel
Hmm.
Scum Con, I feel like I lost out on like episode 2 or a season 2 of a movie of a TV show. You get what I'm saying? Like last
Yeah.
year was season 1, this is season 2. Next year, I'm gonna be on
Hmm.
season 3 next year, not knowing what the fuck happened in season 2. So can you catch us up on
Yeah.
season 2?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't there, but you
Oh,
were.
yeah.
My
Oh
main
man.
question that I want to know is, would
Yeah.
you do the vending part again?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
100%. Yeah, and the main reason for me, again, I don't even know, and this is, I don't even know how much money I made versus lost. I don't know my profit and loss statement for that because that's not why I did it.
Yeah.
I took some money at the table, that's for sure. I did move stuff. It was great. Um, I'm probably in the green on it, just the way it felt. But the experience of getting to connect with everybody and talk to everybody and then carve out that space for people to have trading cards with their convention, with their Star Wars, made a ton of sense. And people were thanking us for it. People were coming to the event that wouldn't have come otherwise because we were there.
Hell yeah.
There was another guy that's like a more old school guy that was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much because I thought I was going to be the only card guy." And Kentucky or whoever put the tables together on that back row, we had asked them to put our tables together, right? Because hey, look, we're all card people, we want to all be together. Cool, that makes sense. They put another guy next to us that was also a card guy and we didn't know about it. And so it was great. We got to know him. He was super excited and happy about it.
Is
It
it the
was
pencil guy?
the pencil guy. Yep. Hmm.
Dude, so 2 years ago, I ran into him at Front Row Card Show and I picked up
Hmm.
like 30. He had 2010 celebration badges. I picked up like
Hmm.
30 of them, different from like VIP to kids to 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. So yeah,
Hmm.
I know
I think
exactly
I
what
have
you're
one of
talking about.
those. Yeah, yeah. I think I have one of
The
those. I think I got one in
from
your
my
stream.
stream, yeah. So it's actually from
Yeah.
him, which is
Yeah,
funny.
that's
Full
funny.
circle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. No, he was really cool. It was good to get to know him. And yeah, we had people coming through and chatting with us and you know, people that were like, "Oh, like I'm looking for this," or "Oh, I want to get this for my sister, or I want to get this for my brother, or so and so." So it was like they realized, and we really kind of carved out the footprint for that to be there. And I think it goes really nicely with like having celebrities there that are signing autographs, because Rebel Scum already wanted to try to do a thing where they had these. They did this last year, but they did it better this year where they gave their trading cards for the different the different guests. So if you bought an autograph, they automatically gave you one of these. So this is an
Mm.
exclusive trading card for the event. And so it goes right along with what they're already doing at this event. And it is cool to see how many people will buy cards just to get autographed. You know, like
Yeah.
people would be coming like, "Do you have Torben?" It's like so many people were hunting Torben cards because he was there signing. And that's like no one's ever looking
Really
for Torben. Yeah, 100%, dude. It
interesting.
created it right. It created like a funny little like sub
Submarket.
economy. Yeah, exactly. And so like I had an out of 5 red Torben that I took from 25 Chrome. I just like took it and had it in there. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh," I kind of just was like, "Okay, it's, I'll take it." And it sold, and one of the guys bought it just to have it autographed, and it was a bigger card to buy for an autograph, It was like I had it listed for like $100. I think I gave it to him for 85. Guy dropped $85 on a card to go get it autographed, and so it's there, like it's there. I thought that was
That's
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Super sick. And he was psyched. He was like, yeah. He like, yeah, he took it, he brought it back to my table. He was like, look how cool it is, It was like, it was awesome, and it created a space for me to do this too. So I did 2 sketchographs for shout out the homie Houndrew. Houndrew, Drew, there were 2 Drews that were at my table for a bit. I'm going to show you the 2 that I did for him. So John Boyega was there. So this is the one that I did that he wanted. He wanted Blood Helmet Finn.
Dude, that's
Let me turn
sick.
let me turn my brightness down. Here, actually, let me send it to you. I'll send these to you so you can pull them up.
Uh,
And so I thought this was really cool. And this was something that like, Tony and I talked about. He was like, "You need to have these last year." And I was like, "Yeah, and so I'm trying to get to where I have more of this type of stuff, but especially if I like know I'm vending an event, it's tricky because a lot of times people cancel or things change. So you don't always get um you might do a card for no reason, which isn't that great, but here's the 2 that I did that I had at the event. I sent them to you. You can pull them up.
yeah. All right, so there's a Brendan Wayne one.
Mhm. So that one was a lot of fun. I worked at that one. I worked on that one at the table, which was cool. It was cool to be like working on something live.
Uh-huh.
So I went live on Whatnot and did some of that as well. So it was cool also to
There you
have
go.
Brendan. It was also cool to have Brendan see it and comment on it, and
Yeah.
so that was pretty cool. So
Did you did these before you got there or at the con?
I did the Finn before I got there. I actually did that one at the Airbnb in California for the wedding. So because I had my
Nice.
kit with me, so I did that one there in in Monterey, and then this one I did sort of at the event, mostly at the event. So yeah, so it was cool to get to do these. These are fun. Like it's fun to like provide something like this that's like unique and it's happening live. It's happening here. It's only something that you could experience coming to the table and picking it up. Kind of like whenever you picked up your piece from Tracy in Japan, like what that's
Yeah.
like. And then, but it adds that component of now I get to go meet the actor and show it to them, and then I get to see them sign it, and then it's mine and it goes in my collect. Like, there's just so many cool little pieces of it for the user to get to experience that, and I think that for me makes it to where I want to do it again. Is all of
Yeah.
these different pieces. I also feel a level of responsibility now to continue to do that, you know? Um, I'm not gonna vend at just anything. I don't care to vend. I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I care to vend at Rebel ScumCon. I care to vend at Star Wars Trade Night attached to the National. Like, those are the
yeah,
2 things I care to do. I don't care to do anything else. I've already had people asking me to vend other stuff, and I'm like, "No." Like, just straight up no. I've already turned down 2 different things, you know?
yeah.
And then I do have, something coming up for Denver where I might start vending in Denver, but that's the only thing because it's local, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which makes
Um,
sense.
it
And
makes
it's
sense.
a big, big con. Is it the expo?
It wouldn't be the expo necessarily, like, maybe I would do the expo at some point, but it would be more so the Denver card shows. The Denver
Oh,
card
okay.
shows would be the ones that I would
Nice.
do. Yeah, because there's I'm kinda getting plugged into that group through Colorado Collectibles, shout out Justin. Um, he was like, "Yeah, let's get you plugged into these guys because they'll there's some opportunity there." So, I was like,
Okay,
"Yeah,
cool.
cool, cool, yeah." So, like, other stuff, like, not really interested because 1, I just don't have time, and I wanna really focus on, like, the very specific things that I wanna kinda carefully craft and and do, you know? So,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah. So
How was the so you're saying that there was a lot because last year I went and I think we found a couple, maybe 1 or 2 vendors that had a couple pieces of Top
mhm,
Star Wars.
mhm.
How was the Star Wars card energy there this year with everybody being
Way
there?
different, way different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like Pop. So I shared my table with Pop. I convinced him to come when we were at the National because he was like, "I might come. I don't know." I was like, "Bro, just come. Like, come. I'll share my table with you. Come on." And he was
Yeah.
like, "Okay." So he drove out. He had cards. He also had Pop, Funkos, which he's Pop. So that was like super on brand. And then we had the other guy. So we had what, one, two, three, four, 5 tables right in a row that had cards on it. So we were a whole row. um Synth and Ponyboy came out. Candace Daly and Seth Groves were there. So you've got 2, and then you had Kayla and Brent Woodside, who all of them mentioned have cards in Galaxy. And we're selling like some of their base cards, like that were autographed. And so they had those, and then they were working on original art, had prints, etc. And then BP the Maker was there, and he had a ton of sketch cards. He's a top sketch card artist as well, whatnot streamer. He had a ton of stuff. There were a couple other artists too that had sketch cards at their tables, and so there was a lot more to purchase and buy and do. Also, Rob, I'm trying to remember what the name of his like vendor spot is. He had sealed product. He had singles that people were buying from him as well. So there was a lot more that you could do at Rebel ScumCon with trading cards. It was good. It was good.
Nice. Yeah, that's what I
So
was kind of excited to know about because I know
mhm.
I. How can I say this without sounding like a dickhead?
It's hard sometimes. Sometimes you just do.
I hope people appreciate, and I don't want to take credit like that because it's not just me or just
Mhm.
Jungle or just Tony. It's like the whole community put together. But
Mhm.
I hope people really do appreciate how far some of us are willing to go to get this shit like where it needs to be.
Mhm. Yeah, dude,
Uh,
for sure.
from Tony quitting his job and kind of putting YouTube on the second burner and taking over whatnot, you kind of like you had a whole life before this, putting that away to kind of like do this. Me, I kind of
Mhm.
had to, shoot the dog in the backyard with the Lego
Mhm.
business and kind
Mhm.
of get rid of that
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
go over here.
Yeah.
And then to see how from last year's trade night was from 70 people to this year 300, and last
Yeah.
year's Rebel Scrum Con kind of like what the hell is top Star Wars to now
Right.
some of the most prominent figures within the hobby are all getting together at a place. I
Mhm.
really hope people do appreciate like
Yeah.
how this thing has become just a small section of one not to an actual like annual event. You know what I
Cultural
mean?
phenomenon. It's like
Yeah,
literally, yeah, like for
yeah.
sure. Um,
And it's
we're
again, it's
carving.
all of us together. That this whole group that we've
Mhm.
kind of managed to put together or kind of attracted each other.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that we've been able to kind of, and I do put myself within that whole like
Yeah.
boom of Star Wars cards that kind of like happened within the
Absolutely.
last 2 years. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a
It's
crazy ride.
Yeah. And it's still booming. Like,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
I went live at Star Wars Trade Night just to be like, I'll just go live just to give, a handful of people insight to like what does it look like for through my eyes, through my point of view. And I just like put my phone up at the table and they just listened in on interactions I was having people that were coming up to my table, talking to me, introducing themselves. Oh, I'm so and so. Oh, you're so cool, so good to meet you. Like
yeah,
and then before too long, I was like, okay. I'm gonna leave my table and go walk around and just show you guys who's here. And I pick my phone up and I go start to walk around. There's 40 people in my stream, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like a lot of people in here. And I start walking around. I was like, oh, Tony's gonna rip. Tony's gonna rip boxes. He's gonna rip 22. He
I
ripped
got in at that
22.
point. Yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, he's gonna rip. He's gonna rip. There was almost 100 people in my stream watching Tony rip. And at that point, I was like, this is crazy. And people were like, yo, thank you so much for streaming. Thanks for going live. We really appreciate this. Thank you so much. People were, we're going to be there next year. We're going to be there next year. Because
yeah,
now they actually see what's going on in there. And I'm like, yo, this is wild. Imagine that. We had 100 people in my stream that wished they were in that room. And there were already 300 plus people in that room, you know?
yeah.
So Toys was like, I don't even know what we're going to do, and he's like they're already planning next year, and um, yeah, it's interesting. Like East Coast, they're planning a 2-day thing together where they're going to do like some kind of invite party the night before that they're like doing. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but it's definitely it's continuing to every year just gain more and more. So
Yeah. And then I don't know if you saw. Again, not I'm not. I don't mean to bring it up in a negative way, but I don't know how it went. I don't know how
mhm,
successful it was, but there was an official Star Wars trade night for the West Coast card show that we recently had. Some
mm,
really huge big card show. It's not like the Nationals, but
mhm,
it's like a warehouse auto show gallery style, like
yeah,
warehouse after warehouse kind of thing. And they had a trade night. I know, damn, Ghost Crew. I know he went with a couple people.
yeah,
I just don't have any insight. It was 2 hours away. I couldn't make it. It was literally the worst day. I was moving, so
yeah,
unfortunately, I couldn't go report
yeah.
on what was happening.
On
But
what was happening? Yeah,
there's another official trade night starting to pop up in the LA area.
that's
I
cool.
went to one. I went to the first one last year, and it started at Shakey's Pizza. It was like 15 of us. So I'm
Mhm,
curious to see how that one's grown this
yeah.
year, and we'll see what it looks like next year.
Well, and it's possible that whatever I start with, the Denver guys down here at the Denver Card Show, because it sounds like there's not, like, a ton of, like, space for it, and
Hmm.
like, no one's vending it, and so but whenever someone does, everything goes, and so I was
Yeah,
like, "Well, I mean, looks like there's the opportunity there," but Denver, we might put something together out here, because Denver's a big city. Like there's a lot of Star Wars collectors here. Like, dude, I can get on Facebook Marketplace and find cards all the time in the Denver area. Like, it's kind of
damn.
crazy. Yeah, yeah. Like I can hunt it and find stuff locally all the time. So I'm like, the people are here. There's collectors. So yeah, we'll see. we'll see. I don't want to do too much, but I might plug into something. So yeah, it's cool
Hell
to
yeah.
see things popping up. Um, I really want to just stay focused. Like I am starting to get into like, man, maybe I would go to a Denver card show and set up and stream on whatnot, um, and run a break, go live because that's something that you see at the national in the whatnot space. You've got all the streamers; they're all breaking and they're all doing the thing they're always doing. They're just doing it with a mobile setup. A lot of them had like full blown PC like setups and things like because I was kind of really looking at what people had and I was
Hmm.
like, oh okay, they have their full blown setups here. Um,
Yeah.
so that was pretty interesting to see. And then after having so much success streaming while I was on the road, and people being like, "Oh man, like where like we when are you coming back? When are you coming back?" It's like I have opportunity there to stream in those kind of strange places. So
That's good, man. I'm glad both events worked out. Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I
glad.
mean, I think I sort of had success in ways that I didn't realize I could have. Um,
Yeah.
which was cool. And it made it all feel really good to me. I was kind of dreading it. I talked about it. I was like dreading it just because of certain factors. But and things happened like how I anticipated. Um, but then things that I didn't anticipate happened that actually kind of made it really worthwhile for me. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
it was cool. It was cool.
All
So
right. Well, chat.
yeah.
That is the majority of what we had planned to talk. The floor is now open. I know we have a bunch of questions and comments and stuff, but now we can dive deep into whatever you guys. We'll probably have like 10, 15, 20 more minutes, however long. I have nowhere to go, so however long you guys need. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. We do got a
Yeah,
question right here. Do you guys think it's close enough where they could do just a convention for Star Wars cards?
not yet.
I don't know about within the next 2 to 3 years, but I say give it some real 7, 8 years, and I think we'll be a lot closer than you think, honestly.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but remember, 2019 was 8 years, or 7 years ago. That
Yeah.
felt like yesterday. So by the time you know it, we should be able to have full on Star Wars card shows. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think if like Earth can make it another decade without cataclysm, I think we'll probably see something like that,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's a good way to put it.
um, yeah, I'd love to see something like that. I'd be all
Yeah.
about it. I'd be there. Um, yeah.
Dark,
Do we have any other questions?
Darkside was saying that midnight releases should be a thing again, which
Yeah,
would be kind
I
of
like.
crazy. Imagine having a cop on tops at midnight.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
crazy.
that would work for me. That would work for me. Um, yeah.
What were you gonna
Do we have
say?
any other? Do we have any other questions, or because I have a question for the chat if they have any interest in? I'm
What's
working
up?
on a long form video of this, but if anybody has any interest in the on-site grading experiences, I definitely wouldn't mind chatting about that at the national because I had a full blown like epic with the four different on-site grading companies that were there. If anybody has any interest in me diving into that a little bit, I will. If you want to save it for the long form video that I'm making, it's going to be a little bit before I'll have it uh, out, but it's definitely crazy.
I want to see that. I'm very curious because that's something we do talk a lot about on this podcast. Is
Hmm.
our thoughts on specific rating companies and specific situations that pan out. with said grading company. So I'm very curious to see what some of the biggest companies in the world got to offer you, Jungle.
Yeah, I mean, well, hold on. Let me grab this slab because I want to bring some context to. All I gotta say is CGC to the moon, bro. No, I think there's a lot of value in all the different companies. I will say that. I think. Let me look at the chat. I haven't even looked at the chat at all. Okay, so Joel has a question. Thoughts on no circles on base card supers on Galaxy? They're a base card with a gold box. They do have the gold vinyls, bro. You just have to see them under a certain light. There, it's there.
What is this guy talking about?
They are there. They are there. Talking about the gold vinyls. He's not able to see them. People typically don't have their lighting just so that you could actually see the gold vinyls on the Galaxy base cards. They're there.
Wait, what gold vinyls? What are we talking about?
Superfractors.
Why do you keep saying base cards?
Because the base set supers, that's what he's referring to.
Oh, because the pattern gets lost into the image.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
they're there,
that's
Joel.
kind of what happens with when you have put a gold parallel over a colorful image.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's there. If you strike light across, you bring it at a 45-degree angle across the card, you can see it. It's like your Ahsoka Kyber light.
Let me see if I have this. Hold on, I'll show you.
Some cards you can see it more than others. But yeah, some people thought that with the Galactic Origins supers as well, but they have gold vinyls as well. They're just really subtle, really subtle. Like all the refractors are really subtle on the in that 25 hyperspace set, like the art of Tatooines and etc. The inserts, comet fractors have circles. The base cards, no, they have them, bro. They have them.
What is it?
Hold on. People just can't see them. No way. I just saw one posted. It was the and I saw it. The Yoda got pulled by Frick. Let me see if I can find him now. I'll find it and post it in the Discord, but you could actually see it on the Yoda, the Life in Exile card. It was you could see it.
I think Tony posted one.
Tony did?
Okay. Yeah, I have one right here. I'll pull it up.
Pull it up, pull up, pull up. Pull it up, pull up. This is a good thing to bring up though, because a lot of people think that they're not there, and it in most lighting conditions you can't see them.
I mean, this is the perfect photo because half the card is lit, half the card isn't, and on the lit side you can see the circles. It's actually a perfect photo to show this.
Yep, I saw this one today as well. Yep. Yeah, there you go. You can see them. Kaboom!
But yeah, Fulcrum Sith says, I like CGC. I'm curious about Premier card grading with the metal etched labels.
You're talking about the pristine. Is that what you're talking about? When the card hits a pristine 10 versus
which is like virtually perfect,
10.
Right?
Yeah, like there's like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I only have results for one of my cards that I graded. I did not grade anything with PSA. Yeah, it's a huge relief, Joel. I'm glad that we got to bring you the real information, the real talk, baby. So I'm going to summarize this as quickly as I can because I will be putting out the long form video that you guys can check out later on the YouTube. Because I shot a ton of content on this and I'm going to be giving more thoughts on each situation. But basically, day one, PSA slammed, like absurd, right? Day later in the day, they cut off their lowest tier that was like $239 or something like that to submit to be able to get your card back by the end of the event. They cut that tier out after day one, which didn't happen last year. Okay. At night, I saw $399 for submission to get at the end of the. So I was like, well, I'm out. I'm not spending $400. I was gonna spend the 250, not spending the four. Okay, so then I go to Beckett. I was like, I'll go to Beckett. I'm going there with one of my Stormtrooper Lukes anyway. I'll talk to Rumble about his Stormtrooper Luke and see if he'll go Beckett. So we talk about it. He's like, cool, yeah, etc. It was going to be cheaper anyway than PSA by like $100, maybe even more. And so we're like, cool. So I go to Beckett. They're like, we're no longer doing it either. I was like, what? You guys aren't doing any? They call it encapsulation. We're not doing any encapsulation for the end of the event either. Now this is Thursday morning, day 2. I went straight there. They were like, no more. I was like, what? And I was like, I just want these 2 cards authenticated and encapsulated. And they were like, go upstairs and talk to the autograph authenticators. They may still do it for you. So I go upstairs and go in and I'm like, hey, can I just go ask a question? Because I'm not going to wait in the line. There's a line. I talked to security. Security was like, go up there. So I went up, talked to the guy. The guy's like, yeah, we'll do it. But he's like, let me see the cards first. So I show him the cards and he's like, oh yeah, we'll do those. Okay, because these are Stormtrooper Luke 1977 signed by Mark Hamill and the Sapphire version signed by Mark Hamill. Yes, I was like, are you sure you're going to encapsulate with the autograph authentication, no grading? And they're like, yes, we will do it for you. Go stand in line and we'll get to you. I was like, cool. So I go stand in line. I'm standing in line. And I make my way to the front of the line. I have one guy in front of me. We've been talking the whole time. We've been getting to know each other. It was cool. Been in line for like an hour. We get to the very front. Guy comes up to me and he goes, no more encapsulation. And I looked at him and I was like, it was like Twilight. The freaking Twilight Zone. It was like we're in an episode of the black and white show. And I was like, are you, what? Didn't I just talk to you? And make you, I stared you in the face, put my hands on your shoulders, and I said, are you sure? And he goes, I know, man. You just talked to me. I know, but we can't do it. He was like, it's only been like 45 minutes. I know time is money and, whatever. And I was like, bro, you realize how bad that is? I'm sorry, man. There's nothing we could do about it. This is a premier grading company, like owned by PSA. Like, what are the long standing? There's two that are the longest standing in card grading, and it's Beckett and PSA. And Beckett has some of the highest value cards out there, and it's like they're supposed to be the creme de la creme too. And they pull some shit like that. And that is so whack. It was the worst customer service that I've seen in a minute. He didn't try to do anything to try to make me feel better at all. I just waited in this line, wasted more than an hour because I had to come upstairs and track down where it is and all this kind of stuff. It's a huge place. You got to try. It's not like coming upstairs in my house. Like, it was ridiculous. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'll go see what the other 2 grading companies have. So I go back down and I go to CGC. And I was like, what's your grading services like? Are you still doing on-site grading and encapsulation? Oh, yeah, for sure. How much is it? $45. Okay, great. And it took me 10 seconds to talk to somebody, maybe less. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll bring something tomorrow. And they were like, cool. Because I didn't have anything on me at the time. And so then I go to SGC and I was like, SGC, what do you got? Well, we are only doing, we're taking submissions, but we're not doing on-site encapsulation. We're taking them back to our headquarters, slabbing them up, and sending them to you. And I was like, how much is that? $15 per card. I was like, okay. And they were super nice. They were like, just bring us what you have, and we'll take care of you. I was like, oh, cool, cool, cool. So I was like, okay. So I went back to the Airbnb, grabbed a few cards. I was like, okay, I'll take 2 cards to SGC. I'll take 1 card to CGC, and I'll take 1 card to Beckett because they were still doing the take home, send to you later. And I was like, let's just give Beckett their shot because I know I can at least go up, and it's not going to be that expensive. They should have given me a free submission at that point, to be honest with you, because they lied to me essentially, made me wait online. They should have given me a free submission. In fact, they should have gave me at least a free hat. They should have at least given this to me for free. Okay, this should have been free.
That's a sick ass
Chris,
hat.
I know, it is.
Sick ass
So,
hat.
and my goofy ass bought it when they did that to me. After they did that to me, because it is a sick hat, and I also thought it was funny because the pristine is upside down, which I felt like the entire experience was totally upside down and not pristine. So I thought that was funny. So fast forward, bring them my cards, go to CGC first, super fast, $45 end of event. Okay. And then I go on Sunday to pick it up. So I had pulled this Nationals Shin Hati orange to 25. So I was like, it'd be cool to like grade what I pulled here. That'd be cool, like just to have it. And so I did get the Gem Mint 10 on the Shin. And so that was pretty cool to get that. I did not get the pristine. The pristine label looks way better than this, and it is like the metallic like etched label. It's really nice. But this label is not bad either. And I like that they will give like a 10, but still give like an upper pristine 10 with like an amazing label and everything. And so that's what you want to shoot for with these, right?
Yeah.
But you get the consolation of if it's not perfect, then you can still get a 10, and that's cool. And the value still stays pretty high for that card. Then I go to SGC. I'm like, okay, I have 2 cards. The guy's like, here, let me have the cards. He comes over and he's like, just tell me the information. I'll do everything for you. Because they have all these kiosks and everything. It was like walking into like a valet service and they just did everything for me. Everything. And then whenever they were done, they came over and they were like, here's a hat. Here's what's your t-shirt size? Gave me a t-shirt and gave me a like breaker mat, like a mouse pad, like breaker mat. All just for showing up and submitting 2 cards with them, spending $30. Like that was the coolest like customer service experience that I've had in a long time. Really cool. They're not my favorite slab. I will say after holding their slabs in person, I do like them more than just seeing them, but their service and their people are top notch over there. Like I hope that company continues to do well because it's a really good company. Like they take care of the people. Then I went to Beckett and it was way too expensive to submit 1 card, which was hilarious. And I think I spent like $45, maybe $50 on a single card to get 75 days plus later. And it's just like, bro, come on. Like SGC only charged me $15 a card to do what you just did. It's like, it was silly. So anyway, long story short, I still like Beckett's slabs the most. I still think the value is like really high on those. I hope the value on this goes up. This grading company makes a lot of sense for Star Wars people. CGC is the authority when it comes to grading comics. And so it makes a lot of sense if you're grading Marvel, if you're grading Star Wars, etc. Like specifically like stuff that has long history in comic book grading. It just kind of makes sense. I was having this conversation with SMZ, who's like huge comic book space, also big Star Wars card collector. A lot of people know who he is. He was saying the same thing. Like he was like, yeah, I don't know why more people don't grade with CGC. And I think people should, because their slabs are super nice. They're like crystal clear. They feel really good in the hand. They're awesome. They're a lot like the tag slabs. They're a lot like the tag. Like they're almost identical to a tag slab, but it's a little bit bigger. Like they're really, really similar, minus the label. Like with the feeling, the shine, it feels like the same plastic. So yeah. Anyway, I was a fan of that. I'll submit more in person next year with CGC because I can get it back at the end and it's not that much, you know? So
Yeah.
yeah, and I have a lot more to say about it that I'll do in the long form. I'll do it in that video, but that's kind of the gist of it. I will be putting Beckett on blast. PSA I didn't even submit with because I couldn't even get to him. You know what I mean? So don't even try, people. Don't even try. just get comfortable with other grading companies because they are all good for different reasons. Tag didn't even show up, so I don't even know. They weren't even there, so I don't know. You'd
Yeah, I
think
don't
that
know.
they would have a presence, but
They usually do. Did you stop by a stand-up display? Were they
no,
there?
I couldn't find them. I couldn't find them, and I was so busy doing other things. I was like, okay, I got to do that. I got to do that, and then I couldn't find them.
Yeah.
I could have tried a little harder, probably, but I just was trying to. I
Nah,
was
there's a lot
constantly
going
doing
on.
something. There's a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah. No,
I
that was my
remember last
goal
year,
was
yeah.
to do that.
Now, I remember
So,
last year was crazy. So I can only imagine now with like 10 times the people, a lot more
mm-hmm.
a
Yep.
lot more things to worry about than we had last year. I literally it was just like
Yep.
me, you, Sin, and like a lot of the trade night people showed up like for trade night, but like to walk the
Mm-hmm.
floor every day, it's not like it was too crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, they are AI. Oh, talk about CGC. CGC uses AI at the grade.
No. Well, not to my knowledge. Tag is the one that he's referring to, I think.
Yeah, tag for
Um,
sure.
but Rolling is saying CGC makes a lot of sense. I think it does too. I think shooting for that pristine grade is definitely a. I'm going to submit a handful of stuff that I've got over here and see like if I can hit a pristine. Um, I feel like the turnaround will be a lot faster too. And yeah, I don't know. It's cheaper. It's the value's good. A lot of Pokemon people are using it, shooting for that pristine 10 as well. Um, so yeah, it makes a lot of sense. It's a nice slab. Like whenever I saw it at first, I was like not crazy about it, but when I got it in my hand, it's the same as the SGC, the tuxedo slabs. They're a little larger than I like the tuxedos, so I think like certain cards look really good in them, and the slab feels way better in hand than I expected it to. So, and just the
Yeah.
service made me. I was like, the service is so good. I like it more now. And so I'm kind of like putting the rose colored glasses on whenever I'm seeing those slabs now. So that's
Hmm.
just me though. It's funny how that can happen. But yeah, I just want to encourage people. There's a lot of good grading companies out there, and the big ones that have like the high value are they're struggling. They're struggling. Their customer service is terrible because they're just overloaded. They're overloaded and they just don't even know which way's up. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, my
we're gonna see
toxic
a
trait is I will put up with that for the profit.
sure, totally.
I would deal with it. Yeah.
And I will with certain cards for sure. I absolutely will with certain cards. Um, but if people are just wanting to protect their cards and you know have
Get
something
it out their
really,
system.
yeah, like some people just like to
I
grade cards.
to
Yeah,
be honest with okay, maybe this is a controversial, but you don't have to grade cards. I hope you guys know that, right?
no,
Like you don't have to grade a card. Like you could just keep the card.
yeah,
Like I see a lot of people stress over grading a card. Like you don't have to grade a card.
no,
I
no.
see a lot of like mental
I've,
stress people go through.
yeah,
Yeah, buy
it's
Zions. Zion needs to give us a color already.
dude,
Buy
dude.
Zion.
Oh, dude, they need to honestly. There's so many people in my streams that literally it's like they just display all their hits in mine or Tony's Zion's, and it's
Yeah,
like, dude, they look amazing. Like
yeah,
they house the card well. Like some people don't like the label, and that's great. Like I have a mixture going on right here of the labeled ones and the non-labeled ones, you know? Like these look amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're awesome. So, you know, and if you like GTIs, you like the colors, go with those. Those are cool too. Like, you know, I've got some down here. I've got some of the black GTIs, you know, and if you guys like those, do these too. These are like bullet hard. These are dope. If you want the extra protection, you want the sleeve in it too, which I don't personally care for. I don't care to do it. Um, but keep them all in one touches. To me, they look better. See, James likes the one touches, you know? So, oh, that's dope. Rolling says, I got some 24 Masterwork comic cover cards graded from CGC. Looks really cool, like a tiny graded comic.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
that's sick. That's sick. Absolutely. Yeah, and everybody has their preferences, you know? Like Joel, for example, he's one of the biggest supporters of my stream, which shout out Joel, thank you so much, bro. He's a big GTI guy. He doesn't use my mags at all, you know? So I'll send him, it's like if he doesn't hit in a break, I'll send him like a pack of unlimited or something, or I'll send him a GTI. You know, I won't even send him one of mine, you know, because I know
Well, way
he's
to
not going to
ruin
use
it,
it.
Joel.
So
Jesus Christ.
I like GTI gives you the sleeves and outer protection on the price. Yeah. One price. Yeah. See, and some people like that extra pro. Personally, I like for me, like in my display and everything, like I don't need that. So I like the clarity more. I value the clarity more. So, but that's, you know, there's lots of cool ways to display you guys' stuff.
I'm on a big binder kick right now.
You can use the top loader binder. You know, look how good this sketch is, by the
I
way.
hate it. I got rid of my top loader binder. I hated my top loader binder.
Really? Did you tear it a lot?
No, it was like say someone wanted to see a card, you would
Mhm.
take it out and like it would loosen up the page and all the other cards would just fly out. So you know what I mean? So it was just I was always like there was always like I had to have like if I had a page, I had to have all 8 cards, 4 on one side and 4 on the other, or else it would
Mhm.
like be too loose and then they'll just start flying
I
out.
know what you
So I don't
mean.
know if I
I
got
know
a
what you
cheap
mean.
one or if that's just what you do it. Everything has
Yeah.
their caveats. You know what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
give and take for every version. Like
Yeah.
Zions are really good, but then traveling with fucking 200 pounds of cards is kind of not smart. You know what I mean? Like all these cases. So I've just been doing binders. I've been doing a lot of traveling, going to local car shows. It's just been easier to kind of
Mhm.
pass someone a binder, be like, is there anything you're interested? Versus me having
Yeah.
to get my bag out and then
Like
pull out all these, all these
yeah.
things and give them a
Yeah.
stack and then be like, well, can you give me
Yeah.
back my Zion? Like, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And the
But plus,
GTIs are even heavier. The GTIs are heavy, dude. Like literally, like we could put these on a scale. I can feel it how much heavier that is than like the ZMAG Lite, you know, which is
yeah.
here. Like I can feel it in my hand, you know. But it's yeah, I trust me, I lugged around too much and I didn't even have that much.
Yeah.
But the binder thing is cool.
I really wish Tops would with all this uh, technology we have now. I really wish there would be a way that they could embed a code within the printing of cards, where like say on their Tops app, if I take a picture of this card, it documents that that card's been pulled or that that card's already been on my like say I
Yeah.
may have an app with my account and we finish the stream, I could scan every card that we pulled. It updates the database saying, okay, battle packs pulled these 4 hits, database pull. So now when people like there has to be some signs that they're just not like, do I need to sit here and save top Star Wars or something? I should start coding.
Yeah.
I should start learning how to code. Yeah, right. No, but I've been
Bro.
thinking about this. All jokes aside, I really wish there was a way to so because it goes with that like how you said that your labels on the Mac, so it
Mhm.
kind of gives it like a story, a place where it came from.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It'd be cool if you could dive deeper
Yeah.
into stuff like that. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit, Tony pulled this. Holy shit, Jungle pulled this, and now
Yeah.
it's in Australia. You know what I mean?
Yep.
like shit
That's
like
why
that.
the super tracker is so cool,
Hmm.
but you have to manually do it, right? So,
Yeah.
like, it would be cool if there was like an AI type app where you could just upload the photo
Hmm.
um of all your pulls, and then it
Yeah.
just like, and then the AI like the virtual assistant just like plugs it in for you. That we're not
Yeah.
far from that working. So
Yeah.
yeah, we might have
Jarvis,
to.
mark this one down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly. That's a good idea. Because like, collection, like Keeper is doing the collection keeper. It's like a combination of that and the super tracker with a virtual AI assistant working
Yeah.
with photographs that you're snapping. Because that might work. Like Tops may not have to do anything. This could just be like a third party, like we just plugged and played the right virtual assistant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because what's cool, I do appreciate one thing about top serializing a lot of this stuff is,
mhm,
say you pull a 24 out of 50 card
mhm,
and you're trying to sell it, and then someone on eBay is trying to sell the same card 24. Like you can kind of like it serializes stuff where like, hey, I know where that card came from. That's not for sale.
mhm.
Like you don't have that card. I've
I
noticed a
have that
lot
card.
on eBay. Yeah, a lot that happens a
Yeah.
lot. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping if they do a system like that, it can even further put security
Mhm.
on cards and trades and selling and fakes
Mhm.
and all that.
100%. So that brings up 2 points. I'm gonna speak on one, and then we'll talk about the printer. Let's put a pin in the printer and the fakes. The first thing that I was gonna say though is that people don't if you're buying into breaks and you hit a card, do not post it for sale before you get the card. You need to physically have that card before you try to sell it. Don't put it on eBay when it's on the way in the mail. Don't do that. That's a really bad practice.
So
I've
you
seen
piss
that
people
go
off.
sideways. I've seen that go sideways multiple times. Things get lost in the mail. You don't have the card. Like don't
I agree with
sell
that,
it
guys. It's
before
a
you
really
have
good
it
piece
in
of
your hand.
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that. You want to talk about the fake thing? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pull it up, but there is. I'm big into printing. That's one of my side hustles, something I love to do on my free time. So I'm always looking into printing stuff. Not too long ago, Jungle had sent me a printer that was doing some really cool stuff, but it didn't seem like it was all the way there yet. And that kind of just was whatever. It was something I saw and kind of paid no mind to. And then like I think like a month or two later, the same thing, but like an updated version
The
with
leap.
a printing technique that I actually do like. They basically I'm trying too hard to explain. Basically, this company is making a printer that can one for one copy foiling, texturing, and reflectiveness. It could print the Mojo look. So instead of having like a separate layer of Mojo over the card or like layering cards, it prints it as one layer. So it's
Mhm.
embedded within the actual ink. It's not like layers on top of layers. It's a
Yeah.
print of the Mojo of it reflecting. And people
Mhm.
have been testing it with Pokemon cards and have done A/B testing with authenticators, and the authenticators failed the A/B testing, as in they passed the reprinted cards.
Yeah.
And there's a big petition going around. People are trying to get this printer from basically trying to cancel the production of this printer, but it's not going to happen. So
No.
it's going to be an interesting. It's going to be an interesting few next few years. It could be it could be just propaganda because when the whole thing came out where people were scanning their boxes to see the hits. Remember when people were using the MRI scans and getting actual images of what was inside because of the
Yeah.
foiling texture? Because it has like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that came out and people were like, oh, it's over. It's over. Like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, yeah.
screwed. And nothing's happened since then. So this
No.
could be another fluke. This could be just
Yeah.
another hearsay, but it is interesting to see how far technology can get pushed. But we're at a point where
Right.
I can buy a printer for less than the price of a car or less than the price of, I don't
And
know,
print money.
a PlayStation and start printing shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a little scary, but I think what it'll do is it'll cause there to be a leap in technology for authentication.
Mhm.
Um, that'll happen, where it'll be some type of virtual assistant that will do like what Tag is doing, or what
Well,
PSA is starting to do.
do
So
you know about the printing scam in Pokemon with the playtest cards?
no.
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting because something similar already happened. This is how I know about printing codes within the ink. So basically,
Mm,
someone in Pokemon made a really good design and got really good prints and printed and basically faked this whole story that he had the original hand drawn test print Pokemon cards that they were using to test the rules of the TCG. So instead of a full card with like
mhm.
the colors, the picture, it was like a hand drawn doodle of the
Yeah.
Pokemon with like very little attributes. And when authenticators got them, past is real. People lost their minds. These are the original Pokemon cards. Playtest, more and more just kept popping out. People were finding them, all these crazy stories. Oh, I've had these since the 90s. I've had these since this. CGC, the company that we're just kind of like praising right now, I'm not
That we
talking
were
shit.
glazing. Yeah.
CGC graded hundreds of them tens and sold them for tens of thousands of dollars on the secondary market. Went crazy. Some of these cards went to like 20, 30, 40, $100,000 a card. Turns out some genius took the cards, scanned them, found out that within the printing dots, it's dated to a printer and a time, and they were all made in 2022 by some dude at home. So
Whoa.
CGC, and this is where you can actually, I will give CGC
They
props.
figured
Want to
it
know what
out.
they did? No, want to know what they did?
What did they do?
Every card that got sold that was
Mhm.
graded by them, they gave back the money to whoever bought it. So if you
Whoa.
bought the playtest card for 20 grand on eBay,
Mhm.
they hit you up and said, "Here's 20 grand for what you bought. Sorry that we gave this unauthentic label."
That's
So
crazy.
someone already did it to
That's
Pokemon.
crazy.
We're no different. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'll
Yeah.
send you the
Yeah, yeah.
article because I kind of dumbed it down, but it's a lot more. It was crazier than I explained. It was a big deal. It's a
Yeah.
very big deal. It blew them.
That's
Like I'm
wild.
talking about, like it blew the minds of. Like I'm talking about the most prominent figures in this space. Were looking at these cars and going, "Yes, this is real," and it was phony. It's crazy, but
That's wild. That's wild.
uh,
James is saying that's why everybody's going to NFTs.
oh, you mean V Friends? The audacious cow or gentle giant?
I have what is it? I have the ostrich, I think.
Which one is it?
It's something ostrich. I've
Audacious
got the
ostrich.
it's is it audacious? I think it might
It's
be.
something. These are the names. Yeah, I'm being dead ass.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
gentle
No, no, no.
giant,
No, I have one. Hold
considered
on.
squirrel.
Hold on. This is these are super important, you guys. Here it is. I got it. It's organized ostrich. Oh my gosh. Hallelujah. This is the National Sports Card Convention exclusive right here. This is one of the super stickers. Organized ostrich. Numbered to 30. I actually think that Joel pulled this. I think Joel pulled this.
Bro, I was one of the
I don't think
moon, bro.
Joel just gave me 30K right here.
Jeez, Joe, clip that. You never know.
also, also super super hot right now. I hope you guys don't miss out on these My Little Pony. These are going off right now. I
You know, I
won these
just found
on a
those today.
Beckett wheel. Huh?
I just found the company that makes those today.
Oh, is it Caillou?
I
Yeah,
literally just
yeah.
literally followed them on Instagram like 2 hours ago.
My daughter loved these, so I got a free pack from Beckett.
Yeah,
Um,
look, I literally 2 hours ago I just followed them. Okay,
so yeah, they do the K-pop Demon Hunters, and they do what was the other? What's the big one that they started doing?
the Demon Slayer and Naruto.
Demon Slayer, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and Naruto,
yeah.
yeah. Joel gave me this 30 grand right here, you know. Fulcrum, which card, bro? This My Little Pony is huge right now, dude. Look at that. That's awesome. Anyway, no, I ripped these with my daughter and she loved them. She was like, those are so cool. Beckett is generous. I know, dude. They had a wheel. They had a wheel. I did get a free pack of My Little Pony at the Beckett booth, so that was cool. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. I'm not gonna lie, I really have an itch to rip like Demon Slayer would be cool. One Piece, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is like I have an itch to rip that. Like the DJ one.
I just ripped a ton of Demon Slayer this week.
Is it good?
Oh, dude, it's I don't have the big hits, but here's some of them.
Oh, Tanjiro, Rengoku.
Look, guys, if you like Galaxy, I'm a lot of the boys who have been supporting the anime streams, kind of like who've crossed over from Star Wars. We all agree that there's something special going on with a lot of the artwork that they're doing with these sets. But it's some of the coolest. It's not Galaxy level of like holy shit because it doesn't hit to the Star Wars stuff, but it's stuff that I don't know IP wise, but I really do appreciate the art. It
Totally.
doesn't smack on camera. If you were to see this in person and see the foiling and kind of the cool things they do, it's pretty fucking cool, man. I'm impressed with what Bandai has going on. And Bandai is the same people that make One Piece and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Fulcrum, message me on Instagram. Yeah, I like the TCG stuff. Like I don't really know how it fits what I like to do, but I just like it. You know what I mean? And so it's enjoyable because of that. Like when I was in Japan, I bought the Dragon Ball just on a whim, you know, and then I kept it sealed until I got here. And then I just one night I was just like, I just want to rip this, and I just ripped all of it. And it
Yeah.
was great. It was super cool. And I'm like, oh man, I could see
Yeah.
myself sending some of this into grade and ripping more of it. So
Yeah. Well, that mindset, unfortunately, does plague the Star Wars community. Star
which
Wars
mindset?
is the probably to this day I will always admit this the greatest community I've ever been a part of. Specifically, the top Star Wars community, not Star Wars as a whole. Specifically, the one not top Star Wars. I think that's the best community I've ever been in. But they do this thing where, like, say someone comes in and streams that doesn't know every Star Wars character that ever existed, they kind of go into other streams and start talking shit. Like, look, get a load of this guy, the sports breaker. This guy doesn't know. Fortunately, in the TCG world, it is not like that. I have not seen any. I got a thing with 4 different animes. I have not seen any of these. I don't know how to say any of their names, anything, and these people don't care. They are all open arms. So if you go in, if you want to do TCG, there's none of that. Like, oh, I don't know anything about that. It doesn't matter. They'll teach you.
Yep.
They're all there just to kind of like DJ, and they want their cards, and that's it. There's no. There's a different style of community, and again, it's nothing wrong with the Star Wars. It's just you guys are we're very passionate, and shows, which is fun.
Yeah,
I get the feeling of like I can't believe this guy doesn't know Boba Fett from Mando. I get that feeling. I make jokes all the time. Okay, I get it. Trust me.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know to be that guy saying the names the wrong way, and everyone's kind of just. Because now I am that guy that is. I don't even know who the fuck this is on this card.
Yeah,
and people are cool with that.
Yeah. See, yeah, I would be. It would be cool to do some TCG streams, for sure. Just because like it would be low risk for me and like more chill. I think I'll probably start to do them when I have a little more time. And I don't know. I just like the cards. I just like
that's
the cards.
What I'm saying. I just like the cards a lot. I don't know what they do. I never played the game. I probably will never play the game.
Yep.
From an artist perspective or an art enjoyer's perspective,
Mhm.
It's like it's just I really do appreciate a lot of this stuff.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, yeah, and, like, for me with, like, other people, ripping Star Wars, like, I don't mind if they don't know. My biggest thing was someone pulled one of my better sketches in the set, just, like, 2 nights ago out of Galaxy, and, like, it was done in horizontal orientation, and he never flipped it to, like, show the true piece of art that I did. He kept it in portrait mode, and it was art that was in, landscape, and it was so funny because he was bragging about the sketch compared to one of the other ones. He, like, picked one up and he was comparing them. He was like, "See?" He was like, "See what you guys can pull out of this?" Like, he was truly like, "Whoa," like, "This one is just, like, pencil or, like, black and white or whatever, and, like, and this one has, like, detail, and it's, like, super colorful, and it's," he was, like, praising my sketch, but he never turned it. I'm just like, "Just turn it! Turn the sketch so people could see it." Anyway, you know. That was
Okay.
my big that's where I start to freak out, because that you don't have to know the character to turn it, but yeah, no, I collect and the reality is the beauty of all the sports breakers. I love the sports breakers. I want them doing it. Rip the Star Wars, yes, because in 2 weeks they won't be ripping it anymore, and everybody that was hyped on it that was in those sports uh, streams, they're going to come to my stream, and I'm going to be the guy that's still ripping the thing that they got psyched on. So I might get new people, and I get new people all the time from sports that are like, "Oh, my sports breaker was ripping the Star Wars, and I got psyched on it," and then I kept
Oh, dude,
wanting to find
yeah.
it.
I've got a bunch of these anime guys buying off of a couple of people from the Star Wars community. I think I got 3 people that I already went in on breaks and bought Galaxy 25, and one of them bought 26 packs already, and they never
That's
bought. They
dope.
didn't even know Star Wars existed. So it's literally for me going to the anime world for a couple of weeks. Those people are starting to kind of like get curious because they see the stuff. Like I show up my singles, and they're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
like we've never seen you before, but you clearly are a streamer. Like, where'd you come from?" And I have to
Mhm.
explain to them, like, "Oh, I usually do Star
Mhm.
Wars, but I'm kind of in the middle of expanding the business and trying to figure things out." Which,
Mhm.
guys, I'm
Mhm.
not quitting Star Wars. I'm not like this is not like I'm just done with it for a little bit because, like I said, I
Mhm.
do want to slow things down and focus on the actual business of battle packs and not just
Mhm.
focus on sitting down streaming. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
so this is the first time I'm saying it, but I think on Saturdays, you should expect a new streamer to be streaming in the mornings. So we're gonna start expanding that way. Start to do. I'm gonna try to be on this account 24/7. So I'm gonna make a new account for myself where I can hang out and
Mhm.
just TV. But Battle Packs is me and Battle Packs are separating. I am no longer Battle Packs. Battle Packs will be a team.
Yeah. Yeah. I also so it's funny he's saying that now. I'll go ahead and say that you're gonna see another face around my stream as well. Because I do also want, and it's funny you say Saturdays, mine's probably gonna be Saturday morning too. So one of my best friends who lived with me in Colorado, he and his wife, they lived with us for a little while. They ended up having to move back home for them to Oklahoma for a couple of years, and then now they've just moved back. They got an opportunity. They wanted to move back. They came back. So he is he is a character, and I love him, and I think that he is somebody that everyone will love. He's just the wackiest, most fun-loving, goofy guy ever. But he's streamed on Twitch in the gaming space, and he's super fun. And I want him to start streaming for us as well over in the jungle. So I got to figure out how I'm going to structure things, how I'm going to move forward. But you guys are going to just start to see him, and then we'll start to see how we incorporate him into that space as well. So yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm excited, man. It's gonna
Hmm.
be I don't think a lot of these viewers understand, but I don't expect you guys to understand. I just expect you guys to kind of just keep a close eye. I just want to come up and say I do. I don't think I say this often, but I do appreciate every single one of you. It does make me feel happy knowing that I can go spend a couple of weeks in um, the Union Arena tab, and I'm getting nonstop messages from the Star Wars people being like, "We come back, we miss you, where you've been at."
Yeah.
So I know I play tough guy role. I play hard to get. I'm always trying to be the smarter, more calculated one, but I really do appreciate all the support I do get from the Star Wars community. Because I know I sound like a grouse a lot of times. I have a lot of negative things to say, but it's just me being me. But I'll leave it at that, guys. Just thank you for letting me be me.
Dude, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Breaking news. We have breaking news.
What?
A chili reception Superfractor on eBay for $20,000.
Wait, what?
Pull this up.
Who
Check
had
your
20 grand? Buy that right now.
Tw-
That's cheap.
Bro, it's in
That
it
card
is
got pulled
in
already. Now the set's dead.
set's dead. It's over.
Now the set's dead.
It's over. We can all go home, pack it up. So
now every pack is a dead pack, guys.
look at your text messages are me, you, Tony. Okay, we have to check the news. We're breaking the news. Can you pull it up for them? Jamie, can you pull that up?
Holy shit, dude. That is ass, man. I haven't even touched the box yet. I like how 2 hours ago I was like, I don't give a fuck what card gets pulled early.
Oh. For it is the chilling sound of your doom.
Yo, what you think of Theory's shit?
I liked it.
Nice.
I liked it. Did you go?
Yeah.
How was it?
Insane. It was so. I went with Brian and Dad Kenobi.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. There she
is.
is.
So is this
dude.
what Joel means by no swirls?
Yeah, you can't see them because it's in dead lighting. It's dead
really
lighting.
Bad, though. That's like really bad. I can see why people thought they weren't there because it literally looks like
100%. 100%. But yeah, you gotta hit it with the right lighting so you can actually see it.
She's so fucking bad at this picture. That's fucking crazy.
You know what's funny is I used this reference to like several months ago to do
your sketch?
A booklet for Joel. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've already been here and I've already done that. Okay. I've been here for months. Y'all slow. No. Let me see. I bet I have a picture of it. Wait till you see my Snow Bunny Vaders that I did for the 2016.
Oh wow, I haven't seen these yet.
The duels, yeah. I hadn't seen a duel either. I've only seen triples. That's nasty, bro. That's sick.
That is so cool, man.
Wait, does she have a whip?
Yeah.
Is that dominatrix Asajj right here?
That's mommy.
Dude, and then the Maul with the
That's a kink, a whip and a bald head.
No, the whole card is kinky. Look at the neck piece, that Maul's wearing, dude. That's like something you'd wear to a freak show.
Bro's underground is a European raver. Warehouse raver. You guys want to see what's going on? We got Vic. We got Al.
Bro, her crown is quite classic.
Still, I had to break it to her. I had to tell her why. I asked her why, if she knows what that crown means. She doesn't know what it means.
I don't think I know what it means.
I'll send it to you. You'll know real quick what it means.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, that's it, man. Wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy card. That's a crazy card. That's nasty. The duels and triples look way better than the single autos, but the single autos are better than I thought. Fulcrum, I've
I
got a
still don't like
nasty
them.
one for you, bro. Hit me up, Fulcrum. I got a nasty one for you. I have the out of 5 Shadow Lord auto, bro. So $250 boxes by Monday. There's literally no way that's more or that's less than what Topps dropped them at. So if you find a good Samaritan, but I'm gonna attempt my first case break for Galaxy this weekend. So God rest my soul. It's I hopefully I could pull it off. But man, I so badly just want to rip a case of Galaxy, and I want to do it for the people, and I want to do it for myself. So yeah, yeah.
Very nice.
But the 2-boxers have been solid. They hit well. I got my teams parsed down to 24 teams, so they're pretty meaty. I'm gonna make a couple little minor adjustments. I might separate Anakin and Vader just because one of the breaks was like just too fat. But if you build it, they will come, dude. They will. They will. Yeah, so the case break is happening on Saturday, I think. I think tomorrow we'll do something else. I think we'll do something a little different. So I might do 2 boxers again. I might do more, but we'll see. We will see.
I just got a text message. Someone just offered me a case at a really good price. So if you want ends up that, I'm gonna message you.
Me?
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just had before I forgot. All right. Well,
cool.
Any last minute questions?
We're at
Comments?
2 hours. So I think we covered a lot. We had a lot to catch up on. We will do a deep dive on the 26 Galaxy next Thursday. So we appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for being patient with us.
Hold on. One last thing.
You
said next Thursday, deep Galaxy 26.
Deep dive on Galaxy.
We should also do, and if you guys have any other suggestions, just let me know. I really like what we did that one day when we looked at the 3 years of Galaxy. Let's do that for Chrome. For the Chrome 24, 25, and then whatever 26 is.
Yeah.
Chrome,
we should start with 23, 24, 25.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about 26. 26. Do we have the checklist yet?
I don't think
for 26?
I don't think so. And then I do want to go over hits and break down the Nationals boxes eventually.
Yeah, we can go over that. There is a checklist.
Because there's no content on them on YouTube. And I think if we all as a stream come together and do that, we can make a cool video. Start putting them out.
I have content of us ripping it, so
yeah. Well, I meant like there's no content of anyone, there's like no information. Like say next year someone wants to go to National and find out what happened last year. There's no like info, oh, this was the line, this is what time. Like I want to start because right now, guys, since I moved here, I've had dialed in my schedule, my discipline to a level I've never been at, and the amount of free time I have now is insane. That's why I started getting really I started focusing a lot of my free time on printing again. The extra free time I want to really put onto this podcast to start getting the clips out, the dedicated videos, the Instagram and the YouTube channel that's dedicated just to this podcast, where we can actually have a community where you guys can preset your questions and kind of. I just want to start really treating this podcast the way we should have. We're week 22, which is to me an accomplishment. We made it way farther than, not that I expected, but it seems like we're good. Right? So
yeah, no, like we have a lot of positive momentum. We really care about this. Like we both have like an urge and a want and a desire that's like kind of unclenching to like do this and continue to bring this time to you guys. And we just want to keep building on it. Yeah. We don't even really know. It's like we kind of threw our hat over the fence with this. Like we have ideas, but we don't really know what we're doing. So we're kind of like step by stepping going, okay, let's do this idea. Okay, let's build. And so it's building anything. You don't really fully know what it's going to become until you just start. You just have to start, And so that's what we've done. And so we're going to start giving it more and more care and implementing more and more ideas as we move forward. So.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes. I've even shot content where I'm like, this could be good Patreon content, And so I have that stuff. So we'll see what we end up doing with it.
Hell yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Well, we'll dive deep, and then we'll maybe next week we can spend the last 10-15 minutes kind of getting community feedback, because we do a lot of this talking on our own, but maybe we should do 10-15 minutes with the guys, or just in case there's girls in the chat. See what everyone thinks. But that's it for me today, guys. I could sit here for another hour and yap your guys' life away, but
for sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I have for now. Other than this, we'll leave you with this. Someone did a Beavis and Butthead Star Wars crossover. I don't know who did it, but someone did it. And we'll leave you